Self-awareness. Self-awareness is our topic for today. I checked the numbers globally, and I realized that majority of people believe that they know themselves, that they understand themselves, but only statistics showing us that only 10 to 15 people dunia mzima ndio wanajielewa. The rest of that 95%, they believe they know themselves, and in the real sense, they don't know themselves. So when you check the scripture, what does it talk about self-awareness? When you read Galatians chapter 6, from verse 3 to 4, that is the version of NKJV scripture. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceives himself. But let each one examine his work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. The scripture also clearly indicates that there are people who might be having an assumption that they understand themselves better, and yet they don't understand themselves. And that's why the scripture says, and this one is a caution, in fact, because it's saying, if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, that is the Bible, he deceived himself. But let him examine himself. So the word examine is very key. It means you reflect on yourself. You develop that consciousness to understand yourself. So what is the definition of self-awareness, or what is self-awareness? Self-awareness is having a clear picture of who you are. Do you understand yourself? Do you know who you are as an individual? Having a clear picture of who you are, what you aspire to be, your strengths, those are keywords, your strengths, your weakness, your likes, your dislikes, your beliefs, your personality traits, your habits as a person, your thoughts, pattern, your values, your culture, and everything, and how all these affect other people around you. So in simple terms, when we are talking about self-awareness, we are talking about the ability. This is the ability to look at your life without judging it as right and wrong. That means that you are going to make a deliberate decision by having that introspective, genuine, of knowing who you are as a person, understanding yourself. What are these beliefs that I hold most? What are these values that I hold most? And according to these values, what is my priority in life? What is my feelings? Wakati uko peke yako, wakati umesongwa na mambo mengi, what goes through your soul, your heart? What goes through your thoughts, your motive, your desires? What are your desires? And out of these desires, what is your needs? Because you might have a desire, but then the need is something else. Take a good example of somebody who is married, and yet your desire is to look around other women. But and if you are married, your need should be your wife and your children, your family. Is that your need? That's simply your desire, but it's not the basic need. We have somebody called Maslow. He came out with a hierarchy of needs. Na akasema ya kwamba from the base huku chini, needs kama shelter, kama to be loved, desire, zinakuja huku very important, ziko very key. But then out of these needs, and then the issue is your attitude towards all those needs. And then your purpose in life, your emotions. So you need to take a deliberate decision today. Ujiangalie, ujipike ramini, ujipike msasa. Mimi kama Eunice, what are my values as a person? What are my feelings? When I go through challenges, how do I react? And what are my weaknesses and my strengths? Because the moment you understand yourself, now you start to work to capitalize on your strength and you minimize your weakness. Now, when you check second